Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. This is going to be a bit different from the normal videos that I make during the week. I'm sure you can probably tell already. What's been happening the last couple of months, and pretty much it seems like forever, is something that I think should not be happening anymore. The general point or idea of this video is a lot of people say that Bitcoin, as we know, is the #1 coin and that it dictates the entire market. I don't think this should continue to happen. And if we end up finding a way to decouple from Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is as powerful and as awesome and as cool as everyone claims that it is, it should be just fine when it's not dragging down the rest of the market. I actually found this on NASDAQ.com, which is kind of significant because I told you before, I think it's interesting when mainstream traditional financial websites end up talking about the cryptocurrency market as well. So it reads, when Bitcoin sneezes, the rest of the crypto market catches a cold. For the vast majority of cryptocurrencies, a bad day for Bitcoin means a bad day for them and vice versa. The correlation between Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto universe is very high, and they mostly move in lockstep. You can call this follow the leader. Of course, there are exceptions to this trend, such as when Bitcoin losses translate to some gains for some cryptos. For instance, alternative protocol assets rallied after the SEC rejected a proposed Bitcoin ETF in March. But then some others, such as Tether, just seem to have a mind of their own. But by and large, Bitcoin is the leader in this space while everyone else follows, and that doesn't make a lot of sense when you consider that every crypto is backed by an independent open source technology, including the hordes of Bitcoin clones. What has happened recently should never ever happen again. I don't even know where to begin to start on this. I'm not one for technical analysis. You guys know that already, simply because a lot of times they end up being wrong, such as with this. But I think what's happening is that we know that Bitcoin's price is being manipulated, and the people who are manipulating it know that when they push Bitcoin's price down, every other coin tends to suffer. So I'm not sure if this is them trying to keep every other coin down, if it's trying to get them to make profits or whatever the case might be. But like I said, there are a lot of Bitcoin maximalists out there. I get it. You love Bitcoin. You like the protocol. But if Bitcoin is as powerful and as awesome and as amazing and as resilient as everyone claims that it is, if no other coins are pegged to it or are completely separate from it, then that should be totally fine for Bitcoin. It should be able to go on its own way. We've seen a couple of times, even when you look around, I thought this was something not fairly new, but I thought it was an argument that had only begun around a year or so ago. I actually found articles back in 2013, early 2014, people asking, how do we decouple Litecoin from Bitcoin? I thought that was very interesting because that means this conversation has been going on for quite some time. It's happened with just about every single coin. I'm literally serious about the 20 top coins, aside from #1, has an article somewhere talking about how do we decouple from Bitcoin, because a lot of people, like I've said before in the past, if you've paid attention to the news that I've given, that I've read, that I've seen, that I've told you guys about, it always comes down to there's great news for the altcoins. We have certain days where altcoins are really doing well, but the moment Bitcoin has any type of negative news, if there's a hack on an exchange and someone took Bitcoin, Bitcoin goes down. If there's news that the SEC has done something negative to Bitcoin, Bitcoin goes down. And this drags the entire market down with it. This is the equivalent in the stock market of the Berkshire Hathaway stock going down by 11%, and then Sony, Louis Vuitton, and Nike also going down by 11% as well. It just doesn't make any sense. I get that the, how do you say this? They call Bitcoin the US dollar of the crypto world, but that kind of, if you want something that is truly decentralized and something that is not pegged to anything else, or something that is not, the purpose of all these coins is to be independent, to not rely on one single source. If one single source is able to drag every other price down, that leads to a centralized market, because that means the entire price of the market is dictated by just Bitcoin. I'm sure you all understand my point on this. I've searched around for, had to be a little bit over an hour, and a lot of people don't think that this is actually possible. I think it's completely possible, especially when you take into account trading pairs. This is why you may have noticed over the last year or so, the volume of Ethereum has also shot up into the billions, and it really wasn't there that much before. Bitcoin is the number one because all coins must pass through it, whether you agree with that or not. There are a lot of websites that have added trading pairs. They've added trading pairs for, generally, it's just Ethereum and Litecoin, which is completely unfair. But when all people are doing trades online, they tend to do so whether you believe it or not. You can look around. They tend to do so in Bitcoin with their other altcoin because they feel more secure doing it with the Bitcoin name, i.e., they don't want to trade into Ethereum because a lot of people who are new to the space, they think they may lose value because they are using an altcoin to trade into. But this leads us to the question then, or rather, how do we get more exchanges to add additional crypto pairings? There are a lot of websites, I've seen maybe 3, that now have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Litecoin as their trading pairs. This isn't difficult for them to add trading pairs. It's all digital. It's all numbers. It's all code. It could take them no more than 2 or 3 days to write it into the system to add additional trading pairs. I think if we had trading pairs for the top 20 coins, even though I don't believe in a lot of these projects, it would make things a lot more fair. One of the easiest ways I think that this would be able to happen is simply by messaging the people or people who run your favorite cryptocurrency exchange. This has happened before in the past. I told you guys I've messaged crypto exchanges in the past, and I told them, can you please add a trading pair for Ripple and for Litecoin so everything is not flowing through Bitcoin? They said no problem, and then they added Ethereum, Ripple, and Litecoin, which is great because you get to see is a tiny bump away from the price of Bitcoin. This can also accelerate if you do the same. Like I said, we have to be proactive in this community because we are a part of it. I understand the frustration. Believe me, I see all the comments in the comment section, especially after we have a day like this and the prices are continuously going down because of the price of Bitcoin. It leads to a lot of frustration. And this can, I think, within a 6-month to 9-month period, this can be completely cleaned up. I think there's a bit of reluctance, and I think it comes down to anger and frustration. When we see things going like this, we kind of take the situation for what it is and just say, it's totally fine. I hate Bitcoin, but the market is going to go back up. Excuse my language, but that is a load of BS. Bitcoin should not dictate the price of every single other coin the same way that there is not one stock on the stock market that destroys the value of every single other coin out there, especially when a lot of these are amazing projects. They're down 23% because Bitcoin had a slip. It's the same exact thing. We have certain days, I'm sure you've realized, when the prices are going back up and everyone's praising Bitcoin, and I sit there and I'm like, the moment that Bitcoin has another dip, the entire market is going to fall down again. If these coins are as great and as awesome and as useful as we think they are, they should be completely decoupled, or they should have completely separate trading pairs, i.e., no coin should just have one other trading pair to it, and Bitcoin should not have 1,600 other trading pairs to it. This is why the volume is at $5.3 billion, at least right now. Every coin, if you can, or you should rather, take the time to message your exchange that you like, whatever you trade your coins, or I don't even care if it's Coinbase. Coinbase has said before, I've messaged them before, and I've told them to add trading pairs for other coins and or to add other coins, and they messaged back. They said, we thank you for this. We are looking into adding other coins, and they only take suggestions from people who are actually already customers of theirs. They told me before, they told me that they actually discard letters or emails from people who are not their customers because they just assume it's spam. So whatever website you are connected to, whatever exchange you use, send them a message, tell them or suggest to them nicely. Don't give them like a huge rant in an email. Suggest to them 5 other coins you think they should add a trading pair to, so that we have, in the future, we have EOS pegged to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, Cardano, and Stellar, So there's a huge way for you to get to EOS as opposed to just having to go through Bitcoin. One of the last things that I found, like I said, this has been a huge argument for going on for a very long time, but no one has proposed any solutions. None. I've searched around. The only solutions are, we have articles with people talking about what the benefits would be if the coin was decoupled from Bitcoin, how they think it's going to decouple, and it always comes down to they believe that a huge price jump will eventually cause people to pay more attention to the coin, and therefore the coin will be decoupled from Bitcoin. I found an article, this isn't the actual article, but it was talking about Ethereum, and they said that they assumed that Ethereum would happen to decouple from the price of Bitcoin once the flippening happened. They said when the price got so high, everyone would start paying attention. This is true in a number of ways, in that if Ethereum did or will one day pass the price of Bitcoin or the market cap of Bitcoin, people will start paying more attention to it, and then the curse of Bitcoin being the number one leader and people thinking that is going to be the number one coin forever will eventually start to evaporate into the air. But it's also going to cause havoc in the market because every single coin is pegged to the price of Bitcoin. If Ethereum does end up flipping and becoming the number one coin, and we have cryptocurrency fiat and crypto trading pairs for every other coin, at least for the top 20 coins, the other coins won't suffer because they're not completely pegged to the price of a Satoshi. When Ethereum becomes number one, or if it should become number one and everyone's dumping their money out of Bitcoin into Ethereum, the other altcoins are going to suffer like crazy, and it's going to drag down the market, and you will only prosper if you are holding Ethereum. You get what I'm saying? The only way that I think this is going to happen is if these coins end up having some great project, or they're working with someone who we just couldn't believe if they end up working with Sony. That's one coin that will then end up decoupling. But the easiest way right now, it appears to be, is to stop the entire this coin tagged to Bitcoin. Like I said, it's not difficult. If they tell you it's difficult, they are lying. There's a reason why they've added the pairings for other coins as well, because it is just a couple of clicks, or it's just them adding code into the software in order to figure out how to do this. It takes a day or two. This video isn't meant to be an angry video, but like I said, I've read the comments. And I think that it's time that we started having an actual discussion. If you are watching my channel and you run your own cryptocurrency channel, please make a video about this as well. I've said this before, I am certain everyone who's watching this video does not own 1,000 Bitcoin. I'm pretty sure you own 1,000 Cardano, you own 500 Ripple, I'm sure you own 15 EOS. You are more invested in the prices of altcoins than you are of Bitcoin. And this is completely unacceptable. The fact that NASDAQ was talking about it, the fact that other major websites, I think there's something about it on Bloomberg as well, the fact that they know what's going on in our own market and they're not even that deep into our market, and we are, and we're not doing anything about this, is completely unacceptable. Like I said, I know there are Bitcoin maximalists out there. I understand. I get it. But the rest of the market is not holding as much Bitcoin as you. There are other projects that we also believe in, and I think it's time that we started. Revolution sounds a bit too intense, but we started to find a way how to have our projects be independent from the price of Bitcoin. Like I said, if these projects are cool and as amazing, and we believe in them as much as people claim they do in the comment section or on other videos or in other articles, let them float by themselves. If EOS is as great as I think that it is, and it goes back down to $1, clearly it's not that great. If Ripple goes back down to 2 cents, there was clearly a problem with Ripple. Everything should not be pegged to Bitcoin just because it was the number one coin. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys got something out of it. Like I said, take a minute and a half, message Kraken, message Coinbase, message Bittrex, Bitfinex, whoever you use, I don't care. Message them and tell them to add more crypto trading pairs, because this event should not take place every 2.5 weeks. It's just ridiculous as of now. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate all the support. Tell me what you think in the comment section below, because I know I'm not the only person who feels this way. I'm with you guys. Believe me, I'm trying to figure out a way to get the market decoupled from Bitcoin. Thank you once again for watching, and I will talk to you all soon. See you.